What's up, everybody? Welcome back to yet another world record commentary. Well, formal world record commentary, I better specify, as we work through the whole series of normal players 1 fastest Baal kills. Alright, Diablo 2, we love it, we're rocking it. We're actually coming up real close to the end. So today we've got the very last world record using the Beetleburst strategy from Indrek. We've watched a few of these so far. It's been interesting. They've all been pretty contingent on finding an extra boss pack, except for Teo's, which he didn't even use Beetleburst. He used a different Beetle boss pack, which was interesting. So I want to see, how Indrek came 5 days after Slimo set the last world record and just took it back, smashing it by another 2 minutes. If we go across to our working sheet here, here's where we're at. I know I really wanted to say, let's keep it simple, but I'm definitely going to be doing this one next with the first jail strat just to understand it. And this one is a must watch as well, because this was before they figured out in-game time. So we're going to be basically watching every single one of these as they go on. But for today, we've got the 104.44 from Indrek. So last Beetleburst strat, let's kick it on. And my sound is not working, that's not great. Let's make sure this works. Okay, cool. There we go, all working. So we can see by now, Indrek's actually figured out, I think it was TP Scrollbot helped him figure it out, this map layout here, where I've mentioned it many times, exits out of town this way, and is looking for an exit into the Cold Plains this way. So that means, whoa, that was weird. So that means he will be essentially guaranteed to find a middle of the map exit from the Cold Plains across to the underground passage. Not the Cold Plains, the Stony Field. And that will really help him out in terms of, it's less running across the Stony Field. Get some throwing knives there, so that's about 400 gold. That'll give him the mana he wants. Is he skipping the den? Because he didn't... No, he must have dropped a town portal back there because he doesn't have one in his inventory. Right next to Bishibosh is interesting as well. So quickly clears out all the potions in his belt so he can just quickly right-click, shift-right-click, and get all the stamina, mana potions filling up that slot. Very quick way of doing things that way. Let me just move myself across here. And into the den. So I'm really keen to see... I gotta say, I love this. I love this. The level strat. Oh, this is amazing. And all the details down there, that's great. Okay, so let's see what time he gets in the den. Is this going to be a sub 4 den? Because I don't think it's very, very fun. Ooh, wow. Oh, wow. I'm so jealous of 3 moth up here. 3 Cheerios Might. I've still never found one. Still never found one. I think I
saw at least 3 rips during leveling.
Ah, interesting. So at this time... Slimo was still doing more runs. He might have figured out something on the jail strat at this point and be testing it. Or maybe he's going for the hardcore world record. I'm not sure what the comments in here are about. Maybe they're commenting about the previous world record. Because this is only a few days after we watched the previous run. Slimo's like, you know what, I'm going to take...
Yes, sure.
I'm going to have 18 months off and let people... try and catch up to me. If he's still playing at this point, I guess that puts a lie to that statement. Anyway, interesting. Running on through the den, what's he got? So he's got the den map that comes in, here and then wraps around and corpse fires over here. So, really just wants to be getting through the Den of Evil as quick as possible. I'll get rid of that little red dot. Just so, ooh, nice. Has a mana shrine there. So might be able to go back to that later. Wants to be getting through here as quick as possible, simply because this pack here with Corpse Fire, 500% XP, this is the only boss pack you'll get in the Den of Evil. So, ooh, nice, Scepter. So that could roll with plus to skills, and that will give him good money, good enough money to buy potentially a plus charge bolt staff, which he really wants to get. That'll help him kill enemies faster, especially in the Beetleburst leveling and in the Andariel fight. A couple of strength gas potions are also going to be good gold just to help him, buy more mana potions, and a couple of stamina pots as well, just so he doesn't run out of stamina, have to stop and walk across the field. It's pretty important. So he'll probably sell the strangling gas, buy a, identify. Nice.
Oh, it actually
look at that money. That is plenty. He's looking for a +2, hopefully. +1 will carry, but...
Wait, what? Let's try one more, actually.
Whoops. Luckily, bought quite a cheap one, so he could have accidentally like absolutely bricked this run by buying the wrong one because it could have had plus to skills he
Shit, no, I
didn't
bet.
want.
Oh,
Plus 2 to charge bolt, but it had too many other plus skills on there, so that's rough. I can see now that, whatever, I'll be fine. My position in my head, whatever, I can still read the half of the things. Grabs a couple of tomes as well, that's going to be nice. Keep his inventory management a bit cleaner. Quickly come in here and kill Bishibosh is always nice.
+2.
And look at all those
A little bit.
pots, and he didn't even pick them up. There were so many potions he left on the ground. Like, that's the nice thing about focusing on those
Got a staff
unique
finally.
packs as well, is that they always drop 4 potions. So really, really helpful.
Somewhat early too. Very early.
Okay, so continuing to run on through the cold plains.
Your right turn.
He's just quickly checking for the middle path there.
It's not.
And nice, grabs an experience shrine along the way. So second experience shrine will drop a town portal next to that. Hopefully he
Might be able
finds
to see
a
that later
waypoint
somehow. We'll see.
in
I
one
can
of
just
the
got my
various
current
fields he runs through.
experience. Try to see if
I'm curious to see if he's going to do, if he's so focused on leveling, if he's going to do stealthless. This could be the first stealthless run. It's part of the strategy now. They don't get stealth anymore. Up to this point, everyone's been so focused on getting stealth. But I genuinely think that didn't become a thing until the jail run. So let's see how this plays out. Nice quick kill of the Rack and Issue pack there. As I've mentioned so many times in all these commentaries, Rack and Issue pack is really nice to get because he spawns with 7 minions, especially with an XP shrine, which gives you 150% XP. Stack that on top of the 500% XP, that gets you 750% XP times 7 minions plus Rack and Issue is 8. 8 times 7.5, man.
rate drops to
It's a
0.
lot. It's like
Yeah,
60
by
enemy
years.
kills just in that short time. Ooh, nice. So he's got the waypoint here. He probably will just go back to town. No, he doesn't go back to town.
XP shrine, but I'll keep going.
Oh, he even muses to himself that it would have been a good idea, but he's focusing on just running ahead. I mean, now would be a good time to do it. He's got that. He wouldn't even have to run across town if he takes that portal. Yeah, nice. So that's a nice little time save there. Kind of lucky with that portal shrine. Bit annoying on the click delay there, but you know, that's all right. So underground passage, this is the first one we'll be talking to. So he's run out this way, but technically the tile itself actually points out this way. So he will be running for a tile ending that shape. It's a straight through
Got a
map
lucky
on the underground
portal
passage always. So you just got to watch out for that opening tile. It's a little bit different in here. Can psych out a lot of runners that way. Nice little tainted boss
That is
group, and
pretty cool,
nice,
right?
he gets ladies here. So the ladies here, super low
find that
HP,
very interesting
die
as well,
really
that there are
quickly,
connections like
and with the +1 to charge bolt, that's really going to help him out. Oh, actually, he did get +2, so that's even better. He would just be absolutely ripping through them, getting the maximum benefit. I think there was a pack of about 5 or 6 ladies there. So once again, 7 times 6, that's 45 enemies killed there, right? It's crazy big. So continuing to just try and hug this right wall as he runs up, just so he doesn't end up. You kind of need to get a feel for it. It's a straight through
Which is
map,
so
but
beautiful.
oftentimes you
I like
can
it so
get
much.
psyched out into ending up on the underground,
Then
like
should
the entrance
find
to the
small
level
cuts
2.
in any
This looks
weird
like the
turns,
right
and there's
tile
some
though.
should be just up here somewhere.
So it should just be, yeah, exactly as Indrek said, just up ahead. Just ditching the club because it's not really worth any money, similar with the buckler, and loses the staff.
They
So
have
that
the
way,
portal
if any
shrine
like
out,
orbs or
nothing
anything
ground-
can drop on the
cloud
ground
shrine pretty smoothly like
while he's, yeah, nice,
that.
there you
Except for a
go.
portal delay, but that's fine, whatever.
Funny that it's a second like psych out. Do you know which way you're running into that tile or not? So by ditching the firebolt stuff there, +1 to firebolt is not enough to kill enemies anymore. So it's not really going to be that useful if he comes across immunes. Nice, picks up a scepter with +2 skills on it again. I think that was plus thorns. So a little bit of money there will help. Going to do a quick check for a waypoint down here, but does not find one. That's unfortunate. So yeah, as I was saying, by ditching the +1 to firebolt staff, if his inventory is full of potions and he happens
Oh, yeah, exactly.
across
That's it.
like a
Certain
sacred
forest
orb or
or
something
ley
like
of
that, like or another staff, he can just click on that with his weapon swap, and that'll like give him that extra little bit of carry that he can potentially, you know, get plus to Nova on. He could get just really good money off it, all that kind of stuff. So does find the waypoint here, promising that he will go for the counter strategy. But he seems to be sticking to the path right now, so that makes me
HP Shrine Day has been
kind
very
of
good.
skeptical. Finds a goat boss pack once again. Look at that. Yep, very good XP. So 500% XP on those guys. Good as killing 30 enemies in that short a time. You gotta love it, and you gotta see that +2 charge bolt. Gets an XP shrine as well. Very nice. Plus the charge bolt really doing work and working down the health on those guys. Now he's not running ahead, just making sure he's got the distance and nicely dodges the Frost Nova off on the kill.
Jumped straight into.
But unfortunately, he did still get hit by a.
Just gotta push.
Oh,
Did I see that
FCR.
right?
FCR. It's
Did I
an
see that right?
FCR
I said it.
amulet. You gotta love it.
Some cost speed going.
Alright, so once again, left turn maps all the time, as every good Diablo player should know from doing countess runs. In
Plus
the
the
tower,
cost
it's
is
always
so
a
big.
left turn map, so he was exiting the tile running this way, then he turns left, and that's the exit tile right there. Nice little kill of the boss pack there, as mentioned earlier. Beautiful thing about boss packs is they drop 4 potions every single time you kill the actual boss monster, so that helps you not have to go back to town and shop for potions, saving the time of running across the town and back to your town portal, right? Quickly checks. Oh, nice.
There's
Cursed, he
15.
wants to keep his distance, just so, yeah, nice. That way, if he got hit by the monster, he would lose his XP shrine, so got to be careful on those. Once again,
Bit low on
plus the
mana
charge
points, but
bolt
that
doing
should
work
be okay.
and absolutely smashing through the HP of that monster. Interesting that he's taking on champions here, because champion archers are not great experience and only 300% XP and additional life, especially possessed. Like, look how many casts it took to kill that possessed. I mean, I know that looked fast, but that was twice as long as it would take for just a general boss pack. Exactly as Indrek just said.
Would have been nice.
He probably should have skipped them. Oh, I didn't realize he's low on mana pots. So that's why he was killing them. Because champions, similar to unique bosses, unique monsters, will drop potions every time. Champions only drop 2, whereas
Check on the bottom.
unique monsters will drop 4. But with 4 champions there, it was worth a shot. Quick check at the bottom here to see if there's a second boss pack. Okay, not such a quick check anymore. Now he's actually running in and doesn't find it. So that was a little bit of a time loss there. So just a Ral rune on the first drop there. That is going to help him out with some fire res, especially in the Chaos Sanctuary. Although we've seen before that Indrek is a pro at the Chaos Sanctuary. One of the best runners of the Chaos that, frankly, I've seen. And I've watched a lot of Diablo 2 runs, as you may imagine. Nice, quick save and exit. Now this is the beauty of the save and exit, and it's a thing that I really picked up in the early world record runs, is they didn't save and exit enough. Because he's exited the game and gone back in, all the boss packs out in the Black Marsh have fully respawned. Now check this out, all those Vile Archers just said Demon under their name, not Demon Minion, but technically they are minions. So, you know, just a nice little fun fact for you there. But if it's a Crushing Beast, and it's an Aura Enchanted boss.
Oh shit, fuck yeah. Actually
Nice, he's getting the Slimo luck with the
TP drop this XP shrine, but
with the XP shrines. Oh, people talking about llama in the chat about mag songs. Well, he got it now, so that's nice.
Yep.
Only took another 2 years after that comment. All right. Running on through. He runs a little bit close to the bottom edge there.
Really
where am I? So he was down here and just ran along the edge just in case you could see a glow from the boss pack, because they have actually an increased light radius. Every boss pack does. So if you can see a glow, it's worth walking down a bit further, because it's a good chance it's a boss pack. Now sometimes you can get psyched out because it's Devokins and they actually hold torches which give them additional light radius, but just a handy hint for anyone like looking for boss packs.
Yeah.
As we've said, you want to get them for the 500% XP.
I'm just let that one be there.
Now you love this map here because it's such a
Archers
short
are last
map.
one,
Quick
so-
check. No, not worth continuing to run down. Unlike, you know, previous world records, you can see here that Indrek has figured out that it is not really that worth your time trying to level in the tower, whereas
Or these
previously
guys are
when guys
hiding
like
then.
Llama, even when Teo was running it, they would actually go out of their way on each level to find the boss pack. And, you know, there is like a 5% chance that a boss pack won't spawn on a level, but generally it's pretty likely. Ith
Almost,
Ral.
dude.
So, you know, more fire res is going to help him once again in that Chaos Sanctuary and in Act 3, but still not quite as good as his previous record where he got Taleth Ral on that first run. And once again, boss packs have been respawned, so he might even come across another one yet again. And since this is a world record run, he might even be lucky enough to get yet another XP shrine as he runs up. It's quite nice that he's got a couple of shrines on the way to the tower. He's saying he's going to town portal it if he finds an XP shrine. That's interesting, because that implies to me that he would... No, okay, not another XP shrine. That implied to me that he would use his death strat on the countess yet again. Oh no, he's running ahead. Okay, never mind. With the skill shrine, that will still help him out quite a bit in terms of just killing the enemies much faster, so he'll only have to cast once or twice. Just quickly hanging his mouse over other enemies around to see whether they say the word minion under them. That's a good way to just quickly find boss packs, because that way, you know, you don't have to specifically hold your mouse over the boss themselves who has that custom name. You can just see the word minion there and know it's a boss pack, and that, you know, increases your chances of finding them too, along with that hint around their increased light radius, etc, etc. So if he gets another Ith rune, that'll give him his Tal, because 3 Iths make it Tal, and he really just needs an F. So Eth and Ith.
If both Tal and Death from the catacombs, that'll be quite something.
Catacombs Tal Eth drop. Only can get it off the zombies or Andariel. It's risky play. Okay, so that time he just ran ahead simply to save himself the time running across. Like, he could have gone down the tower again, save and exited, and then had to run all the way across the marsh again. And frankly, I mean, if you think of the marsh being a square layout, he ran from here up to here, so ran up here and then across here to get to the exit. So he dropped a TP back here, so when he get to the exit, he could just run across here and back there. I kind of disagree that it was actually worth his time then, just because it was so close to each of the corners. If he went there and save and quit, it's about equidistant from there to there. So, I don't know, just kind of wasted a town portal. But since he had the skill shrine, helped him kill monsters faster along the way, you know, it was pretty marginal. It might have been like a second saving.
Let's see, Taleth or kind of dead. Maybe be able to do one more.
Ooh, nice. Drops a socketed leather armor, so that's going to be helpful. And a gnarled staff, that could be plus skills and money. Gets the Tal Earth as well, so not even reliant on the
maybe isn't too late.
Ith rune. Maybe. Plus 1 to charge bolt on that. That's not that great. Sells the Ith runes. He's still not doing the strategy yet where he buys a spare armor. I know I only saw him do it a couple of times. And putting like chipped gems in it. I'm really wondering when that comes through. It might even be in the jail strats. Okay, so just there was a cross back there and the waypoint was there, which means it's always a straight through map. If it was laid out like this and the waypoint was up there, it's actually a left turn. And similarly, if it's laid out with a cross and the waypoint's down here, then it's a right turn. It's basically the simple things you can remember about that outer cloister layout. Now, jail's level 1 is a straight through map, so walked out this way and see exactly that. This time he's walking out, same thing, straight through map on level 2, so walked out that way, we'll be walking in this way. And nice little death clan. I was hoping that was a sacred globe there, not a small shield, but never mind, can't get them all. At least he's got his 10 FCR on the amulet, so that means he can actually later on go and buy a 10 FCR one. Nice, gets the champion pack spawn. This is the spawn we love in the jails. Saw a payoff for basically every world record run using the Beetleburst strat has had that pack. That's actually really interesting to note. Because all the champions there, so there were only 3 champions, and I said before that champions aren't that great. The minions around the champions are actually minions, even though it doesn't say the word minion, so they give 500% XP. But there's only like 3 or 4 boss packs champion packs that come with minions, being Devilkins, Shamans, Beetles, and I think maybe Flayer Shamans have them as well.
I have to try my hand a bit.
So whenever you find a champion pack like that, you
It's
really
getting,
want to kill all the
it's
monsters
getting
in that
forgettable.
area because you'll be still getting that 500% XP off those guys. Now, there's a bit of a light radius down there. I think it's just Devilkin. Yeah, so exactly as we said before. Now, Jail's level 3. He walked in this way. It's actually a left turn map. Unlike the other previous 2 levels, which were straight through, this is a left turn. That's why he was hugging this side here and just unfortunately hit a dead end. So he's going to have to go up and around and down, which is kind of annoying. Unless it was actually a right turn map. 3 rights make a left, so it could have gone like that. And it's still just the relative shape of the tiles. No. But no, he does get the exit here. Very nice. Doesn't bother with the waypoint here. We never really see it pay off for any runners in any world record run, so it makes sense not to bother. Unfortunately, no boss packs in the cathedral though. That's pretty rare for that to happen. Now, Tainted. Oh, the ringmail could have been worth some gold. So if he had spare space in his inventory, which I haven't seen, it might have been worth his time picking that up. The simple rule to keep in mind there is like it's way better to pick up. There's a couple of simple rules actually, and I haven't really explained them too well. And I'm assuming you've watched a few of my other videos, unfortunately. So I'll go back to basics. Don't pick up gold off the ground because you can pick up items instead, and they will sell for like 10 to 100x the amount that you could ever possibly pick up off the ground. That ringmail back there, because it's an armor made of metal, that will generally send for about 2 to 5k gold. So generally, like picking up breastplates is really good. Was that telekinesis on that, and that's all the benefit he's got from it? Yeah. Okay, so that's going to help him when he like saves and quits, and he can just telekinesis the waypoint, and that'll save him walking a little bit further. Similar with refreshing shrines. You can see right now he has had a bit of shrine luck with the XP shrines early, but not forcing it like Slimo was. So that's actually saving him a little bit of time as well in not forcing the shrines. It's just a bit of a balancing act as to how often it pays off for you. For that forcing of shrines, because as we saw with Slimo's runs, he would waste up to a bit over a minute save and quitting and then going back in just to find the shrine. Now with the Sorceress, that really helps in terms of you want to get to level 18 as quick as possible just to get through. Yeah, you should have seen that from below. Never mind. Will he do... Oh, nice little small jump. So Catacombs level 2 should run... Just pick a side and then run clockwise because you'll find the waypoint and then it's a right turn from the waypoint to the exit. So he is doing that. And he dropped his... Dropped his town portal back here as he ran in first time. Nice little boss back here. That's always good to pick up on the way. Unfortunately, he's got all those barrels, which are really annoying. But... he did need to recharge on potions, so that's when it's really clutch for that to come through. Is this going to be the exit? It is the exit, so it doesn't even need to do the town portal trick that I talked about. So if that was the waypoint, he would have gone all the way down and around and out here. And if it was the waypoint, he could have just taken his town portal back, and then he would have known it's always a right turn from the waypoint in the Catacombs level 2. So that would have saved him a lot of effort recovering lost ground, basically. But didn't have to worry about it this time. And frankly, I don't think I've ever seen it happen in a world record run. I think maybe Llama's 117, it could have happened, and then the waypoint had a glitch where it wasn't active. Now, is that going to be an FCR one? That could be pretty handy. Otherwise, it could be just good gold. So as I was talking about gold earlier, heavy armors are great. Class items, class helpful items, basically any items that can run with plus to skills is really helpful. So they will sell for big gold. So wands, staffs.
Seems like a dead end on the right. So.
Wolf help, like wolf belts. Generally, barb helms are not that great. Like they actually surprisingly rarely roll with plus to skills in the early game. So generally not worth your time as much as you might think it would be. So just something to consider. But generally, like, yeah, you want to pick up scepters, staves, wands, and they will be great gold for you, as well as metal armors. Interesting that he's actually taken on these guys, simply because they just have big life, and they usually take a long time to die. But with his current level 12, and since he already had that 5 fire res charm, maybe, with the plus to skills that he's got on his staff, they actually died pretty quick, so that was pretty helpful.
Kind of poorly,
now,
I guess.
Level 3 is hurting a bit
level
just
3.
because he's
With a big
explored,
circle upstairs.
I'm going to say 80 to 90% of it, and you really just want to be exploring, 10 to 20% of a level. Quickly, no, he doesn't get it off. He doesn't get it off. All right, quickly comes over here, kills the shaman, and that will stop all the meat shields from Andariel respawning as he drags her down to this bottom right corner. So watch him just drag her down. Charge bolt. Doesn't bother with static. It used to be a bit of a strategy to use static, but turns out with Andariel, charge bolt's just as good, really. Just getting that cleared space with static is really painful. So just generally getting that is pretty handy. Will he pick up the sapphire? Yes, he will. That's good gold. And if not, he could just chuck that in a helm as well for plus to mana. I doubt he's going to do that.
Time was 26 minutes something.
So 24 minute. I forgot to check when he finished the den. Never mind. That happens to me all the time. That's actually a pretty good helm. Say plus to terror on that wand gave him really good gold. So that's why you pick up wands. Now let's just see how quickly he can get out to Beetleburst. We saw he actually struggled on one of his previous world records. I think it was the 107.
Don't need that
navigating the Act 2 maps. So let's see if he gets a bit better. And yeah, it's just like... Actually, tip for anyone. Go to Indrek's chat next time he's streaming and you're online at the same time. And just put !charm in his chat. And see what comes back. Nice. Got the fastest exit possible from the Rocky Way. So that's huge. Saves him walking for ages. Unfortunately, did get frozen along the way. And that was quite a long freeze too. I think that was actually a boss pack of birds down there. Yeah. So very nice. Once again, you could tell, well, I could tell because of the light radius on it. It's very subtle in the desert maps, but there still is a bit of a light radius effect that you can tell. Finds his Halls of the Dead. That can be really helpful if he doesn't have to TCP/IP re-roll his map here. So let's see if that pays off, because that means it's less exploration, and that hurt him a little bit in that 107 time. Did he just get knockers in? That is...
Well...
I don't know that that's worth it.
Right.
Put it back. You want the FCR, man.
I forgot that I'm using a cost speed amulet. Maybe later. Maybe things will change.
If he gets a cast rate ring, it could be worth putting it on instead. Once he gets his stealth active, basically. No, actually, then he needs 2 pieces of cast rate, so it needs...
Plus TP, that's fine, actually.
I don't know that Knockerzan's ever going to come in handy as cool as it is.
It's got hit recovery and lots of fire res.
Doesn't really need the fire res at this point, simply because he's got the 2 Rao runes. Wow, I actually really like this layout from Indrek.
Good. It's really good. The hit recovery on it is super amazing for the run.
Yeah, hit recovery is actually an underrated stat for the Sorceress, just because you can get up breakpoints on it so fast, and she is so fragile. If you're like teleporting through and you get hit and put into hit recovery, you just want to get out as quick as possible. So getting plus to hit recovery, this is why stealth was so important for so long. This is not the way. What? I did not think that was the way, because it had the cut in there. It must have had a really short cut in, or that just continues up. Yeah, okay, it's a straight line there. That makes sense. All right, out to the Far Oasis. So Act 2 maps, sorry. Does find the Maggot Layer early as well. Has got beetles out here. It's helpful as well. Tier Rune's got to be nice as well. That'll give him some mana per kill if he can get it into something along the way. So the Act 2 desert maps, just to run over maps. So let's... That was a terrible square. Let's say it's a square like this. I just won't take up too much space. And you come in here. The exits are always in the corners. So it's in any of those positions. And if you actually see a cut-in the corner, it means that the exit would normally be here. So you know, like when you run up here and you see something cut in there, you're just like, nah, I'll just go over to this corner instead of following it all the way around. It's taking him quite a bit of time to find Beetleburst, but he finds him finally. Is he going to get him right next to a waypoint? Let's see how close the waypoint is, because he hasn't found the waypoint yet. So that's pretty nice. And handy hint on the boss packs as well. Notice there that Beetleburst actually dropped 2 magic items. That's because he's a super unique monster, so he will always spawn in the same location, and that's why we want to be farming Beetleburst right now, because unlike the incredible luck that Teo had, where a boss pack basically spawned in exactly... Very nice. Gets the... It's not as close as he's had in previous world records, but it's pretty good. Yeah, you want super uniques because they always spawn in the exact same location. Whereas non super unique boss monsters are just completely random. They could not spawn at all. So that's why Teo's 10909 was just insane, because that consistency of a non-unique boss pack constantly spawning in the same location is so rare.
Yes.
All right, gets Itchies along the way. Look at how excited Indrek is about this Itchies spawn. He's gotten 2 world records with Itchies spawns so far. Llama was so upset about having Itchy spawn on his, because it's, in his mind, stopped him from getting sub 110. But Indrek is pumped to have it, and he's gotten 3 boss packs actually, because he's gotten a Sand Maggot boss pack as well. Let's see if this pays off, because this could be the big thing. Is it going to be FCR ring? Is it going to be an FCR ring? Let's see. Hi, Real Lance Gunnard. You got this. We're watching you on YouTube. And he gets the second FCR. Here we go. He hits the 20 breakpoint. That saves him another frame. And immediately dies. Ouch. That hurts. Pumping energy though. Not burned by it.
Yeah, we did. Nice double KO.
Just killing each other at the same time, you know. Unfortunately, no third boss pack here this time, and with that rip, that hurts a lot. Quickly checks down, nothing there. Not using the tier rune interests me. Like, I guess he just doesn't have a helm for it and doesn't want to spend the time shopping. Here we go. Oh no, I thought that was an Aura Enchanted boss, but it wasn't. It was just a champion Itchies. That's not great. Is he going to get yet another third boss pack? No. So it's not really paying off for him. I'm surprised that this leveling goes so well and he gets a world record off this, like, sub 105 with only Itchies as your second boss pack. That's kind of wild, man. It's kind of wild. Nothing here. No extra boss pack. Just Beetleburst this time. Rough. Two, one. All right, cool. There's the boss pack there. So he's got 2. And you can see he's picked up a wolf head and a barb helm. I still don't rate the barb helms. They never pay off for me. But the wolf head, ooh, close to death there. Probably was playing it so risky because he was banking on leveling up and getting the full health regeneration from that. And you can see he's in the zone now. He's just like, I am in leveling man zone. Nice, here we go. So he's gotten Sand Maggots again. That's helpful. Their experience is actually pretty good. The shame about them is that they just have a lot of HP, so it takes a bit to kill them. And also they can bury underground and you just waste time, like half killing them and then they hide.
With the freeze. It's okay.
Okay, so 2. Okay, so it's pretty consistently getting 2 boss packs here. So he's only gotten 1 twice, basically. And that was when he first got there and like the 4th time he went there. Mana pots are always nice to pick up along the way. Gets the Itchies boss pack yet again. Is that Beetle? No, there was nothing glowing up there. Is that another Beetle boss pack there? No. And continuing to just pick up the mana potion since that's what he's using the most. Quick check down to the southeast to see if there were any light radiuses there. Radii? Anyway. No boss pack this time, unless there's one closer. Nope. Okay. So it seems to be about 1 in 4 runs, he's not getting a second boss pack. Now, so far, 1 in 10 runs, he's getting 2 extra boss packs. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. That 20 FCR doing work. So the breakpoints, I think, are 10, 19, maybe, or 20, and then 37. So now that he's got 2 FCR pieces on the ring and the amulet, he's sweet. when he gets his stealth active, and he'll probably put, what level is he? Just coming up on level 16 now. So he'll probably start putting in strength now, I'm going to guess. So he can wear that armor, his stealth armor, when he hits level 17. And that way he gets the faster run walk and the additional breakpoint on his FCR there. And he doesn't have his strength stats, and I wasn't watching close enough. Annoying. Alright, well, he's gotten the extra boss pack then. Yeah, so it seems like that is just incredibly rare that he got the second boss pack, or the third boss pack, I guess. But pretty consistently getting the Itchy's boss pack as well. Now, the nice thing about Itchy's is their HP is so low that it really is just taking him like 1-2 casts to kill the whole boss pack. So just run and gun, basically. But the annoying thing about Beetleburst is you really need that second boss pack, simply because he only spawns with 3 minions. Most other boss packs spawn with 5. So, quite a big difference there in getting a regular boss pack, as well as the guaranteed spawn of the unique boss pack. Champions, not great. I'm kind of surprised that I haven't seen Bloodfist come up, because that seemed to be such a common thing in all the other class world records. I think I've only seen it twice in this whole series, so I just keep, every time heavy gloves appear on the screen, I expect them to be Bloodfist, like unique heavy gloves.
Really
just because, once again, hit recovery is huge.
Shield quickly. I would like to use that Sapphire and Tiro.
There you go. So he's going to use... I guess he doesn't have plus to Nova on his stuff. Surprised he... Yeah, he doesn't have the gold to shop it. Okay, so... Is he just going to go wandless then? Because I don't think he's going to get the... Unless he wants to put on Nokazan. So if he buys a 10 FCR wand, he puts the Rao runes into 2-socket shield, then he can switch on Nokazan for his 10 FCR amulet. Does find a second boss pack of Itchy's there, that's nice. And that'll give him the gear setup he wants. Like, he'll have massive fire res, so he'll be able to play it super risky in Act 5. And yeah, just be super aggressive, which Act 4, I don't think that really makes a huge difference for Indrek. Like, he's just really good at that, and like, look at that rejuve hit, that was perfectly timed. Does balance his health quite well here. There you go, pumps the 10 strength in there. Now that he's hit 17, we'll put on the Tal Eth. I completely missed what was on that helm. I think it had FHR on it, and it had some res on it as well. Yeah, so it had 10 FHR because it's at 35 now. And 30 poison res. Meh. Not really worth it. +1 light radius though. And look at that. That speed. That speed, he is speed. And consistently, once again, gets the second boss pack. That really helps out. Oh, rare heavy gloves. I was so keen. So keen to see them have Bloodfist. So Bloodfist has like +50 to life, I think, off the top of my head, which is huge. Like, that's an extra quarter of his life pool there, or third of the life pool there. And I missed what was on those gloves. 5 light res is not bad.
Some kind of magic find. Helps out. Mana to kill as well, I think.
Mana per kill's pretty nice. That's why he wants the tier rune. So yeah, I got distracted before. So, and then he wants to have the 2-socket helm to put a Sapphire in for additional mana pool. That'll help him a lot with his teleporting, as well as a tier rune for mana per kill. So that way he's, again, regenerating mana each time he stops and uses Nova in the Flayer jungle is where it pays off the most. And that was actually a strategy. If you go back and check out the Speed Demos Archives forum post at the very, very start of real-time attack being a thing, Fragfrog himself actually suggested that as like a thing, as a potential strategy. All right, let's try and watch this ring closely. Strength. A little bit of MF though, probably better than his current MF ring. But otherwise, mostly junk, so, you know, probably just ditch it. Attack rating again, lame. All right, once again, gets the 2 there. So it's pretty rare that he's getting Yeah, he's gotten it 3 times out of like 15 runs, something like that. So he's pretty consistent in getting that second boss back, which is really helpful. It's annoying when it is itchies, but you know, never mind. And once again, heavy gloves, heavy boots. I mean, Gorefoots or Bloodfist, both would be helpful. Gorefoot's probably not that much, since he's almost level 18 already and won't be running that much anymore. But, you know, still you have to run through town, every little bit helps. I'm really interested that he's sticking with the class-specific items rather than picking up those, like, ring mails and stuff that we saw. But I guess if they had plus to skills, it's just banking on that being okay. Once again, just continuing to pick up the rings, because there is the off chance that he could hit that 63 breakpoint. Now, that would take a lot to get there. But he's already got a ring, an amulet. If he got a 10 FCR wand, that's still not going to get him there, is it? Alright, never mind.
Kind of weak spawns on the last level.
No, that would get him there. If he got a 10 FCR wand and he had 2 rings, then yeah, he'd basically need FCR on each piece, and that'd get him the 63 breakpoint, which is huge again. Like, you just fly through. Or, you know, you could always drop Maelstrom or something crazy like that. Goes up to 25 strength because you're going to buy a belt with the additional row of potions in there. We'll do the standard Sorceress strat that has been there basically since Nightfall pioneered it. Although I think Lav might have even used it, and Fragfrog definitely suggested it, which is Nova. So you put max into Nova, 7 points into Static Field, and just get Teleport and Frozen Armor, and that's basically it. Gets up to about 45-ish to 50 energy, just for additional mana pool. Nice, grabs that 2-socket helm, exactly what he wanted, and we'll go. I don't know what he's doing right now. Okay, he's just going for the Halls of the Dead. He just decided, yeah, okay, I can see it. This was actually the fast way to get there. I completely forgot about that. Clever. All right, and there you go. He's got the Tear and the Sapphire in here. He's not killing anything in the Halls of the Dead because he's over-leveled for this area now. I think it's only like level 12 or 13 of the monsters in here. So he's actually starting to see the enemy, the experience penalty here. And at this level, it's just not worth killing anything whatsoever, basically. And also, the monsters in here are kind of garbage experience. Like, the zombies are okay, but skeletons are bad experience. And the cats are like, eh? Kind of just had to kill them to clear them. Grab the cube, grabs a helm. That might be helpful for a mercenary, I guess. Boots, I'm interested that he bothered to grab.
Pretty good. I'm kind of nervous. I need to calm down. I'm trying.
And exactly. So he's coming out
nervous.
3 seconds ahead at level 18. I wish I had my notes up for where I saw the opportunities in Slimo's run, because with this tighter leveling, I'm super interested to see where he finds the time save. Maybe Act 3, because I think Slimo didn't find the right dungeon encampments first. Not sure. Alright, Maggot Layer, since I'm the man who does map layouts. You run out this way, it's always a right turn in the Maggot Layer. One of the rare areas where it's a right turn. So that's why he's checking along this edge here, finds it there. Once again, right turn, he has been forced out. There we go. Right turn. And then straight through on level 3. And it's always pointing up in the northeast corner. I'm genuinely surprised that he didn't telekinesis that before he went in there and just relied on his Nova, but that's okay. I think he just killed Coldworm for the potions, potentially. That's my only theory. Repairs durability is useless. That was actually a pretty nice helm, like fire res, etc. Could have been good for a merc, but who cares about a merc at this stage? He's probably... I'm almost confident, actually, he will only get the mercenary in Act 3 while he's waiting for the steps to the Durance of Hate to actually open. Interesting that, yeah, he is actually spending the time killing beetles out here, which basically no other runners do. So he's actually putting a little bit into leveling. We saw last time with Slimo that he came out of Act 4 under-leveled. So putting in the little bit of extra time here when you find a boss pack can pay off. Saves him coming back here later to try and just make up for it anyway. Doesn't get the fast exit for velocity. Was that it back there? No, it's not, because it goes up there. So, yeah. Long Lock City map. That's annoying as well. That was the big save for Slimer, because he died. Oh, no, he didn't die. He like basically did a full explore of Talrash's tomb. So that could be the saving there, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out ahead in Act 2. So back to the wall, left turn, basically, in all of these. I forgot to do it for the Halls of the Dead. Apologies. Quickly kills the minions there of Fangskin. Doesn't die on the altar like he did in his 110, which is always nice. Morphs his stuff, just in case. Yeah, there's some weird glitch that can happen if you don't morph before you talk to Drognan, but I think that's only if you get the Claw Viper Temple first, so didn't really need to morph first, but, you know, while he's doing it. What's he doing from Elzix here? Checking for I forgot about the shield. I'm surprised he didn't check Drognan for a wand then. Anyway, quickly gets the Rals in so he doesn't forget when he hits level 19 that he'll be okay. What's he, about a third of the way to level 19 already? Okay. So that's the like helpful thing about doing that tiny little bit of Act 2 leveling there. It's like much less stress in finding a nice dense flare jungle, which you don't always get. Like basically every world record we've seen so far has had the little blue guys with the really big knives, and that's where the huge XP is in the flare jungle. So by doing a little, but that doesn't always spawn, is basically my point. So by doing a little bit of extra leveling here in Act 2, that's going to mitigate that risk, basically. And if you find a boss pack, you find a boss pack. Like, they're really helpful, as long as it's in a high enough area. Alright, not first way Arcane, that's a bit rough. I've said it before on many world record commentaries, there is just no way of picking which way the Arcane Sanctuary is going to go. There's just no way to do it. Nothing reliable. I mean, theoretically you could pin it down to a binary string, but binary strings are pretty long, man. There's nothing, you're going to have to memorize it like 65,000 different combinations. So if you want to dispute the fact that you can predict the Arcane Sanctuary, please go to Mr. Llama SC's Discord channel, Llamas the Round, and go to the map homework section. There's some good data there. If you want to do some data analysis, go for your life. Gets the second way on the Arcane Sanctuary though, so that's pretty nice. Sees the moon, it's a simple shape, so it's on the left hand side. You can just memorize them, they're always in the same positions, but just good to check. Was worried that it was going to be a wraparound map, so that's why I checked behind him. Whenever you see a wall, it's just like worth teleporting back here, just in case, you know, it was a 3 rights make a left situation. But generally, he's going to be checking this left side, finds the exit nice and quick. That's going to help out. That'll make up for huge time against Slimo's run, that's for sure. What is he? Actually, not that big. I don't know that he's going to come out of Act 2 that much faster. Like 47-36 fighting against Duriel. I would have expected way more after Slimo's horrendous luck with Tal's Tomb. Very nice. Frost Nova, run away, static. Interesting that he's using teleports in between, because normally just running away is enough. So, probably. Yeah, there we go. And grabs the preserved head because it could have plus to skills on it. So that's why he ditched the rare helm in favor of the preserved head. Once again, just because it can roll with O skills, it is worth your time. And skeletal mages, so you never want to use it, but it could be good gold. And love that multitasking, like identifying while he's running along means he's not wasting time talking to Kane, etc. And by the save and quit there, like, I don't know, sometimes you see runners used to take the town portal back from Tyrael, run across, talk to Kane, and then get to Jaren. But actually faster to save and quit and just go up as long as you can identify along the way, basically. Or you can stop and identify and sell while you're talking to Ormus is another option too. Oh, he doesn't have his gold on the screen, so I can't tell how much gold. Oh no, he does. He's got 16k gold, so kind of light on gold, actually. What did it come out? 17 seconds ahead. So actually not that big a time save. Doesn't get the first encampment either, so that's a bit rough. Doing the inventory teleporting trick just to give him that little bit of extra distance from his character is his cursor there. So that helps as well. Not doing it this side though, because he's still trying to just get a good view of the map. Looked like it continued on there. Where's my cursor? There. So like way back here actually. It continued on, and I suspect that would have been a great marsh. So quite possible that we'll get a marsh skip here. The marsh... Act 3 maps are complicated, basically, is the summary. But there is a simple rule to them, which is they're basically 6 blocks long in the jungle, and on the 3rd, 5th, and 6th blocks are where the potential like exit to the next area can be. So if that was back on the 3rd, and you can never have the marsh spawn after where the flayer would spawn, because that would mean that the marsh runs into... What is it? The Lower Kurast, actually. Lower Kurast. Ah, dang. I was wrong. So it was a marsh. But because he had that breakaway point earlier, this should be a pretty short marsh. So that's the other benefit of that, I guess, at the very least. And he's got it. Yeah. XP Shrine's going to help there as well. Just going to make a note that there was no marsh skip for myself in my commentator's notes. Okay, so much for all my commentary of that turn back there. That was kind of a longish one, actually. Because that looks like it came off the 6th block, actually, so that's really annoying. Maybe 5th block. Waypoint first, that's annoying. That's not what you want to see. You get the Sorceress, it doesn't hurt as much as it did with the Amazon, etc. See here, you got the blue guys with the big knives. That's what you want to see in the Flayer jungle, because that's big XP. They tend to form in huge packs, and they die real quick. And their XP is actually not that bad, unlike, say, General Devilkins, etc. So you can see he's really confident on his level right now. So he's just trying to, he's not killing everything, just trying to kill what he has to remain safe. Like, entirely possible that he ends up quite over leveled. And yeah, you can just see how fast you chew through that gold, and this is why you got to be picking up those class specific items or heavy armors. Oh. And there we go, Grand Scepter, he will grab that, that's pretty nice. Leaves the Scale Mail behind, and he's just leaving a town portal there. He's going to go straight ahead. Isn't that an exit up there? No, never mind. So just quickly check the edges there to see if it exited through so he didn't have to run back, but did get that hit as well. And you can see there, not spending any time whatsoever killing the enemies in this magnificent area, simply because he's already level 20. Like, frankly, he's actually already over leveled at this point, because you want to be just a little bit before level 20 going into the Chaos Sanctuary, because you still have to be forced to kill enemies there. So he's going ahead straight through to Kurast, kind of hoping to find the waypoint before he goes into the sewers.
Hello?
Just in case he has to drop a town portal in the sewers if he doesn't find the level 2 early enough.
Way too high.
And ends up in Upper Kurast with no waypoint. This is going to be rough. Really banking on the exit being just on the top side here of the sewers now then. Otherwise that's going to be quite a time loss.
That sucks. Can't do it differently.
Wow. Okay. So he's going to have to go back from Travincal. That is huge. Huge. How does he get a world record with that miss there? I mean, fortunately, yeah, it's Sorceress and Teleport. But I think that was like the 2nd world record. Maybe even the 1st world record in RTA that we ever saw. Lav faced the same problem where he had to run all the way back from Travincal into the sewers to try and find level 2. So there you go. Interesting. Fascinating, in fact. Also interesting that he didn't do the Gidman quest. Or did he? And I just was busy talking to myself at the time. I do remember he dropped the town portal, but I don't think he went through the town portal. Anyway, never mind. Oof. At least he can inventory teleport to get back here. Triggers a fire shrine just for fun. You know, why not? Just a flex. Kind of a rough sewers.
Fuck.
Oof. Okay. Very rough sewers. Is this going to be an inside one? Because we haven't even seen the chest yet. There's the chest, so it's got to be pointing down, so it's got to be a mid-map. So, you run the sewers in a clockwise direction, just similar to what I explained for Catacombs Level 2, because if you find the chest, you know that it's a right turn from there, and just the way the statistics work out, you're slightly more likely to find the exit first than... or find a big hint as to where the exit is basically the key thing there. By running it in that direction. So you will usually explore less, but by having an inside map in the sewers, yeah, that just wipes it all out entirely. Now you saw there he picked up the breastplate, so that's going to be a little bit of gold for him. Interested that he didn't pick up, I swear there was a thing, you know, charm back there. But again, go to his chat, type !charm. Left turn on Endurance of Hate level 1, straight through on Endurance of Hate level 2. On Endurance of Hate level 2, the left turn actually takes you to the waypoint, and then it's a left turn again from the waypoint down to level 3, as any good meth farmers should know. And he's just got the mercenary there, exactly as I spoke earlier. While it was going through the animation to actually open up the Endurance of Hate, he grabbed the mercenary, will feed him potions with shift, you know, hotkey, and to drink potions, and that way the mercenary gets potions, and that way the mercenary is just tanking damage from Mephisto while he statics Mephisto down. Makes for a very, very, very clean Mephisto fight. And we'll sell all this stuff. What's he got? 36k gold. That's a bit rough. Grabs the poleaxe. Now that's the thing. Like, everyone else gets a pike, but Indrek goes poleaxe. I don't know what the difference is. Well, while he's working through that,
That attack 3 sucked.
that was rough. He went from 17 seconds ahead to 17 seconds behind. All on that sewers is what I'd put to it. Yeah. Okay, he got a really fast exit, and that was one thing I forgot to mention, actually. With the Indrek map at the start, you are much, much, much more likely to get the fastest exit out of the outer steps to the Plains of Despair. And, yeah, okay-ish. So, not bad. City of the Damned, you can spend a lot of time looking for that exit just because it's randomly placed in the middle of the tile somewhere. So, not the worst City of the Damned. Is he going to get it? No, he gets kind of a... Yeah, okay, that was a medium River of Flame, which is pretty nice. Just doing the inventory teleporting trick again to fly through. He's got amazing fire res, 75, so he should be totally fine with that. And just kills what he barely needs to make enough space for his mercenary to just work without getting hit too much, and gets him right next to Grand Vizier to assist in just killing Vizier, because that's the target one. I genuinely cannot believe that Shallan remained alive during that time. Okay, relatively clear around where Desace is going to spawn. Stays here for a second just to kill the Venom Lords, as well as to drag over the Wraiths. And that way they won't be there right next to Desace when he spawns, and he can kind of get a clear path on his mercenary attacking him while he just Novas. Does have a nice scepter there, plus a grand charm, so that could be quite good gold. Ring, whatever, that's another 2k gold, so that's like another 4 to 8 potions. Always helpful. Like, look at this case. I know he's got huge fire res, 75 fire res, but he's just managing it perfectly. Like, look how long his mercenary stayed alive for. Look at the distance he's keeping. Love a good chaos. Interesting, he doesn't... Yeah, okay, there you go. He picks up the pike. I wonder if he's going to give that to his mercenary instead. Just depends on what Diablo drops. You can also tell that he has dropped his Herodric Cube here because he doesn't need it anymore at all. Sorry for the pauses here. I'm just like trying to keep up with everything going on. Pretty clean Diablo fight. You love it when he casts Bone Prison. That's one benefit of dropping a town portal as soon as you start. Like, one, you can die, and then if you're playing softcore, you can do it. But even in hardcore, it's worth dropping the town portal. And I don't know that I've ever seen anyone do this, but just because it wastes Diablo's frames when he casts Bone Prison on the portal. Does end up selling the Pike simply because he needs the gold. Like, he only had 40k gold there. I know that when Slimer did his run, what did he have? Like 25 or something ridiculous? But 40k is still pretty tight. Like, I think Indrek's previous world record, he had about 80 to 90. So, I mean, he ended up with quite a bit spare. But generally, like, around the 50k mark is where you want to be coming into Act 5, just because you're chewing through so many potions. Now, he's got that bigger mana pool from his Sapphire in his helm, so that's going to help a bit. But, see how it goes. Now he's just flying. So, left behind Shank, and I don't think, honestly, maybe it's only on the Druid that you do it, but if you kill Shank, potions when you buy them off Mala are half price, so if you think you're going to be chewing through potions, it's worth it. And yeah, maybe it is the Druid that does it, because the Bale fight's just so long and you end up casting so much you can actually run out of mana there. Usually the Druid is pretty self-sufficient up to that point, but for a couple of seconds, it's honestly worth it. Wow, super quick path there. Basically in all these cave maps in Act 5, it's a left turn, so you just got to watch out and remember what the tiles look like. That's technically a tile shape like that, so that's why he's exploring down here. Yep, finds the exit. I was worried that that was going to be the second level there, but it wasn't. Pays off for him. Very quick, flying ahead. 26 seconds time saved. That's just how good he is at the chaos, man. That's huge. I mean, also, like, the fast tap map exits pretty good, but they weren't the fastest maps. Like, it was just the Plains of Despair. I mean, Outer Steps that were fast for him. So it's just down to that Chaos Sanctuary, man. Beautiful. And I guess the FCR. And just got his Merc tanking for him there. As always, like to have the Merc coming into the Ancients, just so he can get them all and like be tanking, so they're all closely grouped together, so you can static them all at the same time, or, you know, Nova them at the same time, as he switched to Nova earlier as well. Pretty clean kill on there. Yeah, there you go. He did actually end up switching to having a wand and putting a Nokazan. That's why he's got 75 fire res. I thought Nokazan gave you plus additional, like plus max fire res. Alright. Okay, level 2. Actually, incredibly fast level 1 if I didn't even notice that he did it. So that's pretty helpful as well. I think he's going to be coming... Yeah, okay, so his time saves are in Act 4 and Act 5, it seems like. Just shorter maps in general here. And I think Slimo died in here, maybe? I know he died against Bale. Alright, just shopping at Mala. Look at that, just chew through his money. And that's, you know, why for new runners, often if you're stressed about gold, like especially if you're stressed about gold, I will recommend you kill Shank, basically. For that minimal time loss, like 5 to 10 seconds, kind of worth it. Worth not just completely running out of gold in the Bale fight, basically. But as with everything, the closer you keep it to the bare minimum, the better. That's why you don't want to overlevel. You don't want too much gold as well, because if you've got too much gold, you picked up too much gold. That breastplate is going to help out a lot. Oh, I didn't realize he doesn't have extra town portals.
What? The sword skills? Okay.
Okay, that's interesting. I don't know that it's worth anything to him right now, but, you know, it's just funny to pick up. I say it's not really worth anything right now because in normal, he can static down to basically 1 HP. Good. Good. I'm glad everyone in chat is looking out for the TPs. Not doing the strat where he kills this... No, he did. He still killed a couple while he was waiting for Bartok to follow. And that is one thing that I have only seen Indrek do, is actually worry about killing members of the council. Everyone else just tries to get a clean drag on them, like zigzagging down and going whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Now, because once you're out beyond that line, in here, Bale just treats his minions as good as dead. So that's why you drag them out, and with a teleport, it's very nice to just teleport back in. Once you drag them out, they won't follow you. But by killing them, there is always the chance that there will still be like a couple of stragglers hanging around the exit. So by killing a couple while you drag, instead of just zigzagging out and trying to do the slow drag, it decreases the chance that there is a straggler just hanging out there. Nice, gets the rejuve in his belt ready to go. Now, I said before, you don't worry about the zigzaggy move on the council. That's because you can kill them. The Minions of Destruction's HP is just so huge that you don't even bother with them. It's just putting yourself in more danger every time you cast, basically. So he just put on walk there rather than having run continuously, and just walked his way out, just playing it nice and cash. And he is absolutely backing himself here. Did not worry about town portals on the ground. He's just like, I'm doing this. I'm just not going to die against Bale. Doesn't matter how we do it. We're doing this. It's done. 104. Sub 105.
Sub
Boom.
105, fuck yes! Dude, what a run! Holy shit!
Look at that time save in Act 5. That
what
is
a run in
huge.
the end! Holy crap!
I did not think the maps were that huge.
Record in the end. Holy shit! What an Act 5! Holy crap!
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Sub 105. Holy shit!
Holy cow. That was a huge Act 5 save. So really fast maps
Yes.
that helped him out.
Yes!
And just very clean fights. Very clean fights. Honestly, I still think that Slimo might have done better on the Ancients fight, but
Let's
no
see,
deaths,
what does it
less
say?
time
One
shopping
death?
for potions,
I don't remember even.
and amazing
oh
maps.
yeah, that
That's
lighting
kind of what it came
enchanted
down to.
during leveling. That lighting enchanted B, we double KO'd each other. I never got a weapon.
Oh, he didn't have a
I
wand
put
in
everything
the end.
into Act 5. I thought it was gonna be close. Was a good Act 5, huh? Was a good Act 5.
Alright, let's
Holy
see. Is he
shit.
going to do... This is Slimo who... Is he going to do the gear review? So he's
I
got
can't
to...
believe sub 105 happened. I thought they would maybe get 65 or something, but sub 105, what the fuck? Holy shit.
Alright, that'll do. We'll leave it there, folks.
That is
He's
quite,
not going to do a gear
quite
review.
something. It's just a pretty number. 1444. I like it. I like it. Thanks for the bit spat data.
Let's just check. Is he going
Holy
to do
shit.
anything up ahead? Yes, he does. Alright, let's hang around for the gear review. And then
Holy shit.
we'll wrap it there. Because he had Noko.
Oh.
He had Double Rel. He had Sapphire Tier.
Streamlabs is going,
Huge. And he
going
had
a little nuts.
FCR. Pretty great.
Thanks everyone. Damn. Holy shit. Thank
Alright,
you.
I want to see what was on those gloves because I never got to see him. But he actually had a pretty good
I'll go through my
stash.
items a bit and see what's going on. I got some
24
really
to
good
mana
items.
from the Sapphire is really
It
helpful.
went really well.
That's basically increasing his
Because
mana
this
pool
was my
by a
helm,
quarter.
The mana helm with mana to kill with tier.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't put that on earlier, but, you know, like that could have helped him a bit through Beetleburst leveling. But
Damn,
nice.
I can't believe it. That sub 1 hour is looking closer and closer. Although saving another 4 minutes, you're gonna need some good luck. Gonna need some good luck to save 4 minutes, but it's doable. Can get
Sub
a bit
1
faster.
hour
Level
real time.
18
I still haven't
at
seen it.
35.
I want to see it.
Level 18 should be possible.
Alright, come on, man.
So
Let's
I got
get
the
through it.
Cosby
Let's get
amulet
through it.
in Act
Let's
1
just see it.
really early, and then
Yeah,
later on
nice.
I got a
Okay, so we
Cosby
never
ring
even
as well.
put on.
So I didn't
So
even
that's
need to
how we
shop the
got the
wand,
breakpoint.
which was cool. My other ring was mana to kill. My
Okay.
belt was
3
pointless. I had a
MPKs,
double
nice.
roll. Does anyone remember how many tower runs I did? Was it 3 tower runs?
Okay, so we must have had
That's
extra
pretty cool as well. We got 3 tower runs, I think. Yeah, 3 tower runs.
fire res
So
off
that's
the
interesting.
gloves, which is why he
Definitely
wasn't
pull off
going
a
to
faster
80
Act 1
fire res
with
rather
less
than
towers and
75.
more XP in the beginning, I think. My XP in the beginning, oh, it wasn't bad. That third tower hurt though, yeah. That third tower hurt. I think I did the third tower after level 10, right? That seems to have hurt a bit. I think 2 towers would have worked out much better.
Yeah, you can see
And then
that
I got
time
the
save
leveling
just
at
from
the
not
wink in Act 2.
forcing the XP
Yeah,
shrines
that
and just
actually
locking
was
into
so
it.
terrible. You're right. Damn, thanks a lot, Antidandro, for the 5 gifted subs.
Right, just show me the
Thank you,
clubs, man.
Bash,
I
for
want to
that.
see. Did they
Bash
have?
Bob for that.
I think
for
they
the
had.
subscription. And Columbus.
No, they didn't have
Thank you for sending me
FHR.
bits. The Suka. Thank you. And Skyzo.
I think they were just
thank you for the
garbage
sub.
clubs with 5 firers.
Hey, thanks for gifting a sub, Yielder. Thank you very much.
Oh, Yielder was in there. Wow, nice. All right.
Yeah, early XP shrines went pretty good.
So that was it. That was the run. That's the last Beetleburst strat we'll see. Next time we'll be hitting the jails where we'll be staying for a very long time. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time for the next world record commentary.